I know that Jake from Alt Worldly had made a video kind of in this vein, maybe 6 months, a year ago. I don't recall exactly, a while back. And he invited you to have a conversation on camera. Hello and welcome to X Witness Awake. I am your host, Jonathan. I hope that you are all doing well. I have come out of my cave, being sick for the last week and a half, 2 weeks, to finally record something. So here we go. So the subject of today is, someone who likes to speak to many of us ex-Jehovah's Witnesses here on YouTube. You may be familiar with Vusi. Let me see if I can pronounce this correct. It's Vusi Megomezulu. I believe I have it. That's what I believe it is. Okay, well, Vusi. I doubt you're going to be watching this. You're probably going to comment on this because that's what you do. Yeah, so here's the thing, Boozy. You ask the same question over and over and over again to ex Jehovah's Witnesses all throughout YouTube and who knows, other platforms, I imagine, as well. We don't have to answer you. Throwing 17 question marks on your same question about who do the churches and ex Jehovah's Witnesses follow according to the Bible.
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
Now, that's all fine and dandy. You know, you need to come up with some new material. Yeah. You may notice that I refer to you, Vusi, as Barry. I've explained this, but I just want to explain it to people who are watching now. If you remember the B movie, Barry B. Benson, so there's a scene where he gets trapped by a window and he goes, this time, this time, this time, this time. He's going to get it to work this time.
Ow! What was that? Maybe this time. This time. This time. This time. This time. This time.
It doesn't work. That's the same thing with that question, Barry. I mean, Vusi. It's not working. Clearly, people are not interested in answering your question. Besides, if you go back to watch Jake's video, you'll find he actually answered your question. All you got to do is watch him. Now, you have every right to ask if you want to, but it does make you seem a little obsessed and, frankly, a little annoying. But hey, you help us all out by adding some comments. And speaking of comments, please comment if you can and save and subscribe if you're able to. It helps me out. So that I can reach other people. So thank you for your part in that, Barry. All kidding aside, though, why do you feel it necessary to continue to harass people on their channels? Is it, do you think that you're going to suddenly change their mind and they're going to go, what was I thinking? I've seen the errors of my ways, and I better run as quickly as I can to my elders and get reinstated, or, you know, reassociate myself, if you will. No, that's not really going to work. You may wonder why we do these channels and why we talk to people. It's because we're trying to help them. Not because we're trying to garner, people who are going to follow us, or, and when I say followers, I mean like my children, not like my subscribers. That's different. So please subscribe. So again, we're doing it to help people. So it'll be a warning to those who haven't been involved with Jehovah's Witnesses, but maybe thinking about it. Maybe someone came to the door, maybe someone gave them a letter, something like that. Um, we want to give them something to think about so that they can make an informed decision, that they're not put into this situation to where they're in too deep and suddenly their life changes for the worse and they have to stick around to, it's a sunk cost fallacy. I think that's what they call it. It's like, well, I'm in too deep now. I'm too far to turn back now. We don't want that to happen to people. Also, there are people who are already in it, and we would like for them to be able to use their own head and to reason and think, does this really seem right? Is this really what I want to do with my life? Does this seem like something that God would want me to do or want me to act? Does this seem culty? Does this seem culty to you? Seems culty to me. So maybe, I shouldn't get involved. Or maybe I should leave. So that's the reason that we do it. Vusi. You probably think that we're just evil apostates who are spreading poison, a la David Splain and his talks and, you know, Burning Hot Dog Tony, and what he has to say, and Rubber Faced Let and Bold Faced Lies. Think about it. Think about it. Really think about it. Is it possible that these men are telling lies? If they are telling lies, does that change how you should view what they're saying? Is there a reason to look into the teachings and do a comparison and see that there's differences from year to year and over long periods of time? There are differences, and it is important. So, um, whatever you decide to do, Vusi, um, use your own head, use your own thoughts. Don't let someone tell you what you believe. Let that, well, let one person tell you what you believe. That's you. That's your heart and your mind. Let those be the things that determine what you believe and how you want to live your life. Don't let it be some men in New York. Now, if you want to get a real response and you want to make an impact in what you're doing, if you feel it's that important that you need to copy and paste the same silly question with 17 question marks, and it's not working, if you feel it's that important, you need to keep doing it, but it's not really working, maybe you need to change up your approach, right? So I would try having conversations with people. If someone answers you, maybe read what they said and answer accordingly. Have a conversation, a little back and forth. That's not going to hurt anything. It's an exchange of ideas. It doesn't have to be mean and nasty. It can be fun. That's why all this silliness that I've done in there are little conversations that my one-sided conversations has just been fun. I don't see any reason why I got to be upset. I don't see any reason why you need to be upset. But that's up to you. But here's another thing I would suggest. I know that Jake from Alt Worldly had made a video kind of in this vein, maybe 6 months, a year ago. I don't recall exactly, a while back. And he invited you to have a conversation on camera. Now, you don't have to show your face. I mean, clearly you're comfortable talking with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. You don't have to reveal who you are. You can change your voice and sound like a chipmunk or Darth Vader or whatever. And you can say your piece. Give us all something to think about. Something that isn't that same question over and over again. And in that process, have some things to think about yourself. So that is my purpose of this video this time is, Vusi, please, first of all, I hope you've gotten to this point in the video and not just clicking, well, the same old thing. If your faith is really strong, like I'm sure you feel it is, then watching this 10-minute video is not going to cause you to suddenly fall out of the truth. Right? So take up Jake on his offer. He seems like a really capable person, and I'm sure he would be more than happy to look into scriptures and uh, do something that's satisfactory for everybody. And you know what? You can, in your own mind, you can be a hero and defend Jehovah's organization on earth. So, that's it. I hope that you'll consider that, Vusi. I suspect you probably won't, as getting physically and mentally in people to grab that ring isn't easy. So I guess the ball's in your court. I fully expect to see the same thing pasted in my comment section for this, but I can give you the benefit of the doubt. I can be hopeful. So thanks everybody who watched my little spiel. And again, please like and subscribe if you like what I do. You can support me on Patreon if you like. I've got 2 Patreons now. Last time I asked for a doubling and I got it. So if somebody's interested, let's bring it to 150% of current capacity. Join and we'll have 3 people. So that would be great. Anyway, I will catch you all later. And yeah, have a great day. Bye for now.
The secret word for today is coconut.